go, man. I mean, we got a lot of folks that Ange keeps
This
in check.
meeting is
She got
being recorded.
she makes it happen. So I'm gonna let some folks in. I mean, y'all are free to stay or you can leave. It's up to y'all. It's our normal daily meeting, but I think you all have everything you need from me.
I'm gonna go get some food. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Ron. Talk
Right,
soon.
Bye, Angela. Catch you later, guys.
All right.
Ron, will you make me co-host?
Oh, I thought I did. My bad.
Everyone, happy Monday.
Hi. What up? What up?
Hi. Right. Hi, Ron.
What up? What up?
I've Googled the podcasts, right?
Did you send him an email?
Well, I'm not quite sure how to get hold of their emails because they just have a podcast logo, on their website. I've found 6 subjects I can podcast to.
Yeah, the email is automatically uploaded. We don't show you the email, but when you click pitch, it's going to go ahead and send that email to them.
Oh, I didn't see the pitch sign. I was just looking the logos, a list of logos.
Yep, we'll show you. We'll walk you through it, right?
Okay. Well, I've got six to come to that I can do right now, including Los Angeles compost toilets. There's a whole load of articles. They've run out of water. They've been running out of water for 20 years, and now they've finally run out of water when there's a fire. And most of it, you don't drink. If you flush a toilet with that water, you don't drink that much water in one day, right? But you're flushing it down the toilet every time you pull that lever. So that is where the water's going. And
that makes sense.
It's possible to change it because we did it, and they've done it in Africa, and they've done it in lots of places.
No, that's cool. So,
especially if they're rebuilding, you see.
Hey guys, I want to welcome you all to our daily co-working meeting here at Speaker Hub. Chris Romolo, good to see you. Redo, good to see you again. We talked earlier. I'm Ron Story. I'm the head of product at Speaker Hub. We're here with Angela, who is over operations. Looks like we have Raquel, who is over customer support, and Maria is here, who's our design specialist. And Juliana. Juliana is over marketing and kind of our technical bridge. So I want to welcome you all. Good to see a bunch of our lifetime members here. Some of y'all have been with us from the beginning. I know AJ has been with us since April of 2020, and some of y'all have been with us as of recently. So it's good to see everyone on the call. As usual, this is a call we do every Monday through Friday from 12 noon until 1 p.m. And the goal is to help speakers who are our customers or who are not our customers to get on more stages, whether those are podcasts, small speaking stages, large conferences, or press coverage. So we're here to answer any questions that you all may have. And then after that, we usually do a little bit of teaching on a particular topic. At 1 o'clock is usually a hard stop, unless I have an open calendar. My calendar's open, we'll keep that running. We call that overtime. And this is the same routine we've done every day for the last 4 months. And we'll be doing it for the foreseeable future. We will be introducing a new weekly meeting for our lifetime members that will be getting more higher level instruction in our program that we call Speaker Launch. And so that will be launching this week as promised. All the infrastructure is in place, and we're ready to get you all in there, to get you all of the playbooks that are necessary to get booked on more stages. So as we open up, are there any questions or celebrations? Any new bookings, any new responses, any new mental breakthroughs in what you're working on? If you have any, feel free to talk about it.
Morning, Ron. I do have a quick question, man. So I was trying to get and I was emailing with Angela. Thank you again, Angela, for responding. So I was checking my profile, right? And I remember you sharing me I can embed the profile on my website.
Yep. So
And
share your screen. I'll show you where that is.
all right. I guess the concern I had was when I embedded my profile into Google and searched it, it wasn't me.
Yeah, you can't embed it into Google, but I'll show you.
Okay.
Give me a second. So go ahead and share your screen. You're talking about putting it on your website, correct?
Yeah, I wanted to put it on my website, and I wanted to see if.
Okay. So let's do a couple of things. Go to my account. So that looks great, right? So go ahead and go to my account right there in the middle.
I'm trying to make the screen big. I'm sorry about that. All right.
Yep. And then go to edit.
All right.
So in the bottom left corner, once this screen loads, you will see embed your speaker card. You see the second thing on the left?
Right. Yeah.
Right there. It is going to give you the embed code just like you would use with YouTube.
Okay.
And that's what it looks like. So roll your mouse on top of that yellow card and you see it tells, and then someone can click on it and it brings them to this page. You can use it as, it can be orange, black, or white.
Yeah.
So you can change the colors at the top to whichever one you want to match the aesthetics of your website.
Okay. So the other question I had with this, I understand, like we learned on Friday with Rain, he had his virtual background and he's got his QR code up there, right?
Yep.
But this option is not available to make this profile a QR code and put on my background. I gotta have it for just when people are giving me feedback. What if I want to share my profile as a QR code?
Yep. So there's a couple things you can do. So go ahead and open up your Speaker Hub Pro. So there's two ways to do it. Our speaker QR is designed to get feedback, right?
Gotcha.
So the primary focus is we want them to go and give you a review.
Yeah.
Right. If you're using it just for them to go to your profile, you would have to use a different QR system for right now.
Okay.
But go over to leads, right? And click on Speaker QR and create a code and just call it demo.
Yeah.
Right. And then just put it event name daily call just for, you can always come back and delete it or edit it. Right.
Yep.
And then in the resource link, you can put your link to your profile there.
So
right?
so hold on, because this is what I was confused on. What link am I going to use though? I can't use that.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Hold on. Go there, and no, go back. Go back to the regular profile.
All right.
And go to my account at the top, and click View Profile. You see that?
Yeah.
Right, and it should be live. So if you look up at the top, it should be Speaker Hub /speaker/Darren Franklin, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. It don't have my name right there.
What does it say?
That's what I was going to do. It says speakerhub.com/user.
Okay. All right. So click back on my account and go to View Profile, and then there's a button that says View Public Profile on your left. I mean, actually, go back to Edit Profile. I'm sorry, my account, Edit Profile. Mm-hmm. And then you'll see it's going to say under your name on the left, it says View Public Profile up at the top, above your photo. Now
that's the one I needed. Now I can roll with this. I'm good. I know what to do now.
Cool.
Yep, that's what I needed.
So now you put that in there, right? And after they leave your review, it brings you over here.
Thank you. I got you.
Got it?
Yep. Thank you so much.
And then now hit save, hit the orange save button there. Boom. Right. So what we made, Ange, can you make a note to give to Miguel to make the QR code? And it should have a toggle option that says resource with a review or resource without a review. That way, if they want to create QR codes without the review and it just wanted to take it to a link, they could do that. But we should make a toggle that allows them to require a review in order to get the resource or not require a review. Make sense? Cool.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep. No, thanks for the innovation, because now we're going to add it where you can do it without having to fill out the review. Arain, any celebrations, comments?
Yes, I wanted to comment on something. So last week I asked about, should we have our own podcast? And you said yes. And I felt like that was a confirmation for me because I've had the idea in my mind for a few years. So I'm taking action. Like I took action with the virtual background and I already jotted down names of people I want to have on the show. I've already had the show name and idea. So hopefully maybe, I don't know when I'm going to launch, but I'm going to record a bunch of episodes like someone suggested last week before launching. So I have, 20 in the bank ready to go.
So I think I think that AJ's suggestion about the 20 is great.
Yeah.
But in reality, I think that for some people it can become an excuse to not launch. So I would do 3. So you launch with something and then, publish those. Once you get 3, publish the 3.
Okay.
Right? And still record your 20, but publish the 3 right off the bat so you get it out there. Because what'll happen is you'll be at 17, like, well, I said I was gonna get to 20, it'll be June. Dude, get it out there. Like I respect the 20, but publish once you get to 3 and still do your 20 or 30 or whatever you're gonna do. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
Because we gotta get you launched. The biggest thing between a thought leader and a thought is the leadership. The leadership is the action part. A lot of us have great thoughts, but we don't ever get to lead the people with our thoughts because we never put our thoughts out there. So I want to make sure we're taking all of these great thoughts and leading with them, not just having them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So Chris, we always start off this meeting after we do our celebrations and high fives, allowing people to introduce themselves and to talk about what they do. So we have Ridu and we have Chris. And if you want to introduce yourselves, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Sarah Romulo. I'm actually Chris's wife and business partner, and he just jumped into the room so he could introduce himself and what he works on. You could.
How's it going, Ron?
Hey, what's going on, man? Good to see you. I
Good,
think we
good
spoke
to see
over
you.
LinkedIn a few times, maybe.
Oh,
Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay. I got to
I
look
think we're
back.
friends on LinkedIn in some way. But go
Okay.
ahead.
So I've been a youth motivational speaker for a good off and on for 5 or 6 years. But now I want to make the transition into corporate and maybe the college circuit. So yeah, I talk about being a former Muay Thai champion and the struggles I went through as a kid and as a gym owner and actually closing our gym down during pandemic. So my message is about resilience and how to not bounce back, but bounce forward.
Gotcha. No, that's incredible. Yeah, I think my invite to you is still pending on LinkedIn. Because I'm like, I
Okay.
know I added you on LinkedIn, but it's still pending. So
Oh, right.
we can be
we're
friends
not
now.
on there that much. But
Yeah, I got to brush up on my LinkedIn skills.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. So, but no, good to see you. You're actually following us in a similar path as Darren. Darren was doing youth speaking, and he's making that same transition. And so we're very familiar with that type of transition and been able to help you with that. So welcome aboard. Welcome to see you here.
Thank you.
All right?
Appreciate it.
Yep. And Ridu, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, can you hear my voice? Is it clear?
We can hear you clearly.
Okay. So my name is Mridu Jaiswal. I'm from India and I have been studying. I'm doing computer science and engineering, BTech degree, and I'm a college student, but recently I had a couple of life issues that I have dealt with, and I'm just 22, but I have seen a lot of problems in my life and I have overcome it all. And I just want to talk about mental health awareness and how human right to emotions should be considered an issue, because I'm very new to this, but I really, really want to inspire people because I am like I had bipolar disorder and I have overcome that, and I really want to reach people who are struggling through the similar stuff and who also have difficulty in relationship, who has been going through a toxic relationships or dealing with some other emotional trauma that they are going through, and people who don't have enough emotional support, some people who are cornered. I also want to discuss about how suicide is not the solution, how you can have other alternatives, because I have been through it all. And I want to use my story to inspire people. And I want to use other warriors like me, other survivors like me, their story to reach out the masses. Like it's like for the people, by the people. That's the motive.
No, that's incredible. That is incredible, and it's needed. So welcome, welcome. You're free to always join us. This is a call not just for Speaker Hub customers, but for anybody who's a speaker. So we hope that you choose to use us to help you to further your career, but you're not required to. We're going to make it easier than anybody else can, but there's no obligation. You can come here, get coaching from us, and get some direction from us every day at no cost. Everything that we do here at Speaker Hub is centered around something called the Speaker Flywheel. And the Speaker Flywheel is designed to help beginning speakers who are just starting, like Redo, and experienced speakers who's been doing it for a long time to either establish a new market or go further into their current market. And we do that through these 6 different positions. One is called the inbound leads. And this is basically where you set up your profile in Speaker Hub so that people can find you, right? So when someone Googles your name, they should be able to find you. So let me close some of these out because I was helping some people with some things. But let's pick someone here. Let's say I want to pick a random person. I don't want the name Ebony in there. And let's pick someone from here. So Andrew DeMuth, right? So let's go and look for Andrew in Google and see what comes up. So when we search for Andrew DeMuth, it brings up a bunch of other people, a golfer, someone who's in college, leading in blue. We don't know which one it is, but if I'm looking for a speaker named Andrew DeMuth, I'm going to type his name in, and you can see right off the bat, his Speaker Hub profile pops up as number 2, right? So if we're looking for the speaker version of Andrew DeMuth, I'm always going to find, because of our SEO, you can see we got the first 2 pictures of him are from his Speaker Hub profile that he has for free. Oh, he actually has a silver one, but you can set up one of these for free where it shows all your videos, your photos, your one sheets, any of your stuff where people can find you. You can set up one of these pages with us for free so that you could be found in Google, right? So we call that inbound. That's our inbound part of the Speaker Flywheel. The outbound portion is where you reach out to the events and podcasts that you want to be on, right? Chris, if you were to think of your top 5 speakers of all time, how many of them have you heard speak live and in person?
Top 5, not too many. I mean, I've been following James Lawrence recently, but I haven't heard him speak.
Yep. So that means you got caught in this flywheel, right?
Okay.
You saw him on YouTube, you heard him on a podcast, you bought a book from him, something of that sort. The issue with a lot of new speakers and even some experienced ones is that they focus on conferences and they forget that their favorite speakers they didn't meet live and in person, right? So that person, James, wouldn't be your favorite speaker if he only did live talks.
Right.
Because you would have never heard him. So we use the flywheel as the way for you to build an audience so that you can make sure that only 30% of your revenue comes from the stage. The rest of it is coming from consulting, coaching programs, books, and other trainings that you're selling in the entire speaker business, not just the conference circuit. Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of.
If you're just starting off like Redo, we would suggest you probably go on a few podcasts just to get comfortable sharing your message, right? Chris, if you're trying to make that transition over to corporate, you got to start going on some podcasts to start working on that corporate leadership message so that when the corporations Google you, they don't see you just talking to high school students or youth. They can start seeing the business podcast that you were on. Does that make sense? And then you take those business podcasts and you start sending them to the local associations so that they can see, oh man, this is great. I love his framework on resilience that he learned from being a fighter. Most salespeople kind of think of selling and fighting kind of the same, but they've never been punched in the head, right? So you can talk about how to overcome objections is just like avoiding a kick, right? Now they understand that. They bring you in to talk, take your wife with you. She films your first speaker reel talking to a corporation, right? So now you get away from the gymnasium speeches to more of the consulting speeches. So you use the podcast to get the local association gig, use the association gig to get the videos that you need in order to show your authority to the conferences. So you see how they all work in concert together. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Actually, I'm actually doing a free gig this Thursday for the Alzheimer's organization here in New Jersey. And yeah, that's going to be like what you were just saying. My wife's going to be there. We're going to put together a new speaker reel. So yeah,
Yep.
definitely see the value in that.
So one of the easiest things you can do is have your wife with the regular camera kind of moving around with you. And if they'll let you put up a tripod recording, you could do that. But if they won't, take another person with you. So then your wife gets one side of the room. Don't have them sit next to each other. Your wife gets one side of the room and you sit the other person on the other side. So now you got two vantage points of the same speech that someone on Fiverr can clip together from two different active camera angles, right? So that's a great way to get great footage that someone can edit into a professional speaker reel. Does that make sense? Anybody can do that. This isn't just advice for Chris. This is advice for everyone. A tripod, which is a standard, like a steady thing, and then one of your friends or family members recording you. No matter how big the audience is, you want to do that. Just tell them don't turn around. Your energy should be the same, whether it's 5 people in the room or 500, right? So don't cheat the 5 people. Give them the same energy you would give the 500. Just you don't have to film that there wasn't that many people in the room, depending on how big your audience is. So we're firm believers that footage is important, right? And people should be able to try you out before they make the investment. When you go to Speaker Hub, we let you try it out, right? We don't just say pay us and you don't get to try it. No, you can try it out. Go in there, use it, see how it works. If you don't like it, cool. We'll depart friends. But that's the idea. You want people to be able to make sure that you have the goods that you say you have before not only they invest their money, but you destroy your reputation, right? Because the event planning audience is very small. It's a very small audience of people. Esther, good to see you. It's been a while. Good to see you. You want to introduce yourself. This is your first time on our co-working call. So if you want to introduce yourself, that would be good.
Hi, I'm so sorry I haven't been doing what I'm supposed to be doing because I've been doing all the things that I'm supposed to be doing for work. So I'm Esther Dillard. I'm a reporter and anchor at the Black Information Network, and I'm supposed to start in about 10 minutes from now. So I popped in so that I could see a little bit more of your presentation because I was trying to understand the differences between Speaker Hub Pro versus Speaker Hub, and I was trying to make that work in my head so that I could coordinate more podcasts. I traditionally do my own podcast episode with the Black Information Network, and I interview authors and writers and those who are trying to do wonderful things around the world. So that's what I'm all about right now.
Okay, perfect. So let me just walk back through this. Inbound is the Speaker Hub profile. That is this page here, right? Where you create this profile for Google searches. Does that make sense? So that's what that part is. Speaker Hub Pro is this part. This is our database of 4 million opportunities where you log in, the AI writes a search optimized profile for our system to match you with the right opportunities. It creates your bio, everything you need. This is Speaker Hub Pro. When you're ready to pitch a podcast, the AI automatically matched me with these podcasts. You notice I didn't search anything. It automatically matched me with the podcast I should be on, right? So if I go into my branding kit and I change my topics, right, that I talk about, I can change these to baseball, NFL, and tacos, right? I change that, and when I click on podcast, now it's giving me NFL podcasts that I should go on, right? So if I want to pitch Ross Tucker to go on his podcast, I just add it to a list, and then I click pitch. The AI is going to verify we have the right email, look at my bio, and then write a pitch to Ross and NFL football, asking if I should come on their podcast to talk about how we get speakers booked. So what you see here is in 15 seconds, hey, I'm Ron Story, the founder of Speaker Hub out of Columbia. I specialize in leveraging the Speaker Flywheel to help speakers secure prestigious opportunities like podcast bookings and paid speaking gigs. I'm reaching out, right? Now, let me show you how dope this is. Here's the funny thing, is that when we put in our thing here, what did I put? I put my framework and everything in my description. So it's using everything in my bio to write specifically for those podcasts. Does that make sense, Esther? So that's the difference. This is the inbound profile that you need to fill out. You can get one of these for free. This is the outbound system. It gives you access to the podcast, the associations, the media outlets, and the conferences. So there's 45,000 conferences, 170,000 media outlets, 209,000 associations all around the world. So, you know, you want to go to London to teach, we got associations in London. You want to go to Thailand, you can go talk in Thailand, right? We got associations and events everywhere. Redo, if you want to talk in India, where you are, based on our conversation earlier today, we have conferences in India and associations in India. We are the largest database of speaking opportunities in the world, and we're the largest directory of speakers in the world. It's analogous to LinkedIn, where LinkedIn gives you your free profile for people to be able to find you in the search. Looks very familiar to this, right? And then there's a special part of LinkedIn that you can pay $150 a month for called Sales Navigator. It doesn't look like LinkedIn at all, but it's owned by LinkedIn. This is LinkedIn's outbound platform, which is the same thing as our Speaker Hub Pro. Do you see what I mean? So we just copied LinkedIn for speakers, right? So that's what we do. This is Speaker Hub. Did that clarify? I know you got to hop off. I tried to get done in the 3 minutes you had, Esther, because I know you got to hop on air. But
Yeah.
was this helpful?
This was perfect. Because now I'm gonna go back in and restructure some things and get going, because I need to get going. I should have had this done in December. That's what I was planning, and now I'm doing it now.
Yeah, so we're here every day from 12 to 1 Eastern. Also, if you need a calendar link, and I can give you my link if you want a private call where we can walk through specific questions that you may not want to ask publicly. But we're always here. We have 24-hour support. If you send us an email, somebody's going to reply, whether it's me and the team or Raquel, who works the evenings doing all the replying. She's the queen of customer support. So, yeah, we're here to help.
I see it. I see the link.
Yep.
Well,
Cool.
thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, we're here for you. Any other questions, comments, concerns, successes from anyone? Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Hi, Ron, quick question. So I noticed it said something about VA support. Is that when are you just referring to like the AI that creates the profile, or how does a VA fit into the plan?
Yep. So Speaker VA is where someone on our team will actually do the pitching for you, right? So a lot of times what happens, let me give you a great example. So on the call right now, we have Janessa and Chantel. No, I don't know if it's Chantel. Are you on Ann's team too? Or is it just Janessa today? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's not me.
Okay, sorry, Chantel, I can't see you. I remember people's faces, so I apologize if I screwed up.
No worries.
But I know Janessa is here from Ann McNeil's team. So some people they don't want to hire a team member to do it. They would rather say, instead of training someone to be my VA, I would rather just have you all do it since you already know how to do it. And they hire us for a similar cost to what it would cost for you to hire a VA to go in and do it for you. Someone on our team does it. But let me show you the magic, why you may not need that. 90% of the people that are in this room do it themselves because it's so easy. All you're doing is approving the ones that we suggest to you, and then approving the email that the AI writes for you. So it's something that, we were joking that she's not here today, but she's going to punch me in the nose because she works for Lennox Lewis.
Jasmine Dennis.
Jasmine Dennis was joking that she was going to be sneaking in the bathroom over Christmas, sending her pictures from her phone, right? So that's how easy it is, where she was like, I'm going to go to the bathroom and send them and get my 20 pictures out and be done for the day while I'm at Christmas dinner and nobody's paying attention to me, right? So that's how easy it is for you to send 10 to 20 pictures a day in about a half hour, right? Depending on how much research you want to do. Some people want to do more research, but that's how that works. Can you tell me if testimonials are available? Because I've never done any public speakings. Are applicable to you? Yes. Let me tell you why testimonials are very applicable to you. When you go on a podcast, right? If you've never spoken before, the easiest way to get on a stage to share your ideas, or if you're making an industry transition, it's via podcast. Why? Because there's podcasts, there's 4 million of them. And some of them are just starting, all the way up to those who are like Joe Rogan, right? Now, if you're new, you don't go on Joe Rogan. You go on some other ones just to get your feet wet. And if you say something stupid, only 35 people heard you. Versus if you go on Joe Rogan, you're going to go viral if you say something stupid, and you're going to be an Instagram meme and everything else that you don't want to be. So you go over there and you practice and you get your feet wet, right? And then you take that and you learn how to give your calls to actions and all those things, but you get feedback and testimonials, right? That's really important because people want to know that folks agree with you. Does that make sense, Redo?
Yes.
Right? So that's how and here's the other thing. Testimonials aren't just for other people. It's for you too. Like, you need the pat on the back. Like, it's nothing better than, man, that was a great idea. Or, man, I really like the way you explained that. Or when you see those aha moments in people's faces, that is for you. That keeps you going and lets you know you're going the right way, right? It's like the first time Chris, did a kick on the bag. When you don't know how to kick, it sounds different than when you know how to kick. And when you hear that pop the first time, you're like, oh, I learned to snap my kicks versus just pushing the kick, right? So those are different things that you learn from being on stage also, right? The first time you throw a spiral football, Darren, when you was 9 years old, you were like, oh, I threw a spiral versus throwing a Flappy Bird, right? And then you realize, okay, this is my technique for throwing a spiral. All of those things translate to the stage because speaking is a skill. We've been talking our whole lives, but we haven't been speaking our whole lives. Talking is getting the words out. Speaking is influencing people with those words that you got out. So that's what we try to help you with, to get the repetition necessary to develop the skill so that you can go from, I'm nervous and I want to help people, to I've helped this many people with my ability to communicate, my skills and what I've learned from my life experiences. So, Arain, what's your next question?
So my question is, you know how when you change the topics in the branding kit, it changes your results. Do you think you should have a cap on how many topics you have at one time, and maybe like rotate it? Maybe this week you have 3 different topics, and the following week maybe 3 different topics. Okay.
No, because Carlos was brilliant enough to show you a mixture of all of your topics every time you hit load more. So it'll show NFL at the top, then it'll show leadership. And the way that he built the search engine is to mix in all of those topics into the search results. So just leave your topics the way that they are. If you want to override them, then just go to the search, right? So let me show you what I mean by that. So when I go to a podcast here, you notice it's showing baseball, right? And a lot of these are baseball related topics, right? But watch, when I click over here to associations, it's still showing baseball. But when I go back to podcast, let's see, let me see if I click, it'll usually reset after a second. And now it's showing me NFL, right? So it's going to keep suggesting until you find something that you want. You notice how it didn't show me baseball again, even though that was one of my main topics.
Okay.
But now it's probably looking for tacos and can't find anything in the media about tacos. So it's just looping, right? But we're probably going to end up with some taco podcast eventually, right? Let me see what happens here. So that's sports. So the AI is going to go ahead and try to match with different things in different ways. You know, now this is showing me more baseball stuff. But yeah, that's what it's trying to do. It's going to take all of those topics into consideration. And you can always override it. So if I wanted to type in tacos, now it's bringing in the taco podcast. I can search for whatever. So if I said, hey, I want to see what Chris is one of my competitors. Him and I, we've been on we talk about the same things. I come in and I type in Chris Romolo, and now I can see every podcast that Chris has ever gone on, right? And then I can reach out to this podcast, and it's going to say, hey, I talk about the same things as Chris. You should have me on an episode, right? So you give it a couple seconds. So the AI is going to keep learning, but I wouldn't keep changing my topics. I would leave them there, put in as many as possible. And if I want to override that particular day, I can. So you can see, I hope this finds you well. I'm interested in collaborating on the podcast. This is my time, particularly the episode featuring Chris Romolo. As someone who's, right, I can bring that into that conversation. Even if that doesn't make sense, I can rewrite it. And I don't want to sound professional because I'm reaching out to something about fighting. I may want to make it shorter and just be a bit more passionate about the topic. And I can tune this to make it sound how I want it to sound for that podcast. You don't have to send the same thing to everybody. Tune it to how you want it to be tuned.
Okay.
Right. I'm thrilled to discover the It's My Time podcast and the engaging episode with Chris Romolo. As a dedicated booking agent, blah, blah, blah. Now, that podcast wasn't about my topic, right? So my email sounds stupid because this wasn't a speaker-based podcast. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But I could drop in a template if I wanted to override that, and I could use one of my templates. I don't have to use the AI. Does that make sense?
Yep. Thank you.
So, but I would keep as many topics in there as possible, right? Any questions, comments so far? Is this helpful?
This is super helpful. I'm just curious because we're newbies here. Is there a training vault that has basically what you just showed us that we can refer back to when we're in the process of doing it?
Yep. So right over in the left, there's a thing called the Academy. And in the Academy, there's an 8-minute video that explains that flywheel with the inbound, outbound, and the difference between the regular profile and the pro, all in this little 8-minute video here. And then if you don't have the profile set up, we give you the link so you can go set up your speaker profile. Maria, we need to put set up or get, right? But I would put a set up in here instead of set your speaker profile. So if you can make that adjustment on the button, Maria, that would be great. But then there's 5 videos that show you everything that we just did, how to pitch, how to use the mailbox, all of those things. So in the mailbox here, you can track every pitch that was sent. You see how I got that one queued up and we didn't send it? So we call that waiting. Once it's sent, it goes over into the sent folder. And then you can track the replies, send your follow-ups, do whatever you want to do from inside, right? So this was built, specifically based on a couple people's feedback. The first couple of people was 4,000 speakers that we interviewed while we were building this. The second part of it was built from Angela. Angela ran an agency. So her team was in sending pitches and telling us, hey, we need to be able to follow up. Can you put this like this? Can you put that like that? Her agency is now on our done for you side inside of Speaker Hub. So she ran an agency that booked people. We brought that agency in-house. She runs our operations. We still have the done for you part that I can't remember who asked about that. Oh, I think that was Chris. Chris and his wife asked about done for you. That's what Angie's original business was. She was running ALA publications, and we brought that into Speaker Hub. Does that make sense? So we are a business of doing and teaching what we've done, not a business of theory. We will never put anyone in front of you who haven't done what they're talking about. So we only teach what we know. We're not a training company that will teach you how to write a speech. We don't write speeches. We get people booked. So you may have come from a place where someone has already trained you on writing a speech, but they couldn't get you booked. That's what we take over. We don't negotiate your fees. You do that on your own, or you have your lawyer or someone do that, but we'll get you the meeting with the person who wants to book you, right? So we're very clear on what our frameworks are. They're all specialized in the area of getting you on stage and how much activity you need to do in order to get booked on the 3 stages that we talk about: paid speaking gigs, podcast, and press coverage. That's what makes up that speaker flywheel on an inbound and an outbound basis. Is that fair? Cool. Makes sense? Any questions, comments?
We have a question from Bamba. He asked about
Bamba. Oh, you never got your list, Bamba?
The university's list.
Holy crap. Bamba, your list been ready for 2 weeks. My bad, bro. Like
Okay,
it's literally right here.
I've been asking every time I'm here. I send a message.
I be forgetting, man. It's my bad. I got it literally like it's. Hold on. And you want to teach someone while I send Bamba his list?
Yes.
Let me get in there and make sure I got it.
All right.
Hold on 1 second.
Sorry, Bamba.
Yeah, I gotta
Does
get
anyone
Bamba
have any questions? Anyone have questions about anything Ron has covered thus far? No? Any additional updates or wins from the past week?
Actually, real quick, I'm sorry I'm asking all these beginner questions.
No, this is why we're here. No worries.
Okay, thanks. The silver, like the different levels, what does that mean exactly? Silver, there's silver members, gold members, maybe? I've just seen it on there.
Mm-hmm. So silver and gold is in relation to the profile. But Speaker Hub Pro, the outbound is different. Here, let me pull that up. And the speaker profile is included in your Speaker Hub Pro. So we are. So here's, if you go to speakerhub.com and you scroll down, you'll see our pricing. And so anyone can, there's the entry level, which gets you access to the data, and there's a free trial. But for our exploring, you receive the 40 podcast pitches per month. But you'll see that for emerging and for experience, your speaker profile is included. And so the difference is simply the amount of content that you can update on your speaker profile. So gold is the highest level, and you can have unlimited videos, unlimited pictures, whereas a free speaker profile, you can only have 1 picture, you can only add a limited amount of information. And so that's the difference.
Okay, and when you do the outbound program, you could have unlimited pictures and all that kind of stuff and video on it?
Great question. They're different. Oh. They're 2 completely different platforms.
Okay.
So our people who have, here, let me share this with you.
let me just walk through this really quickly. So I'm going to replace your share real quick, Ange, because I can share this a lot faster.
Later. Okay.
And this will make it easier so that everybody understands, right? So, Bamba, I got you. Give me a second. Let me walk through here so we can make sure there's no misunderstandings. So there's inbound and outbound. You remember when we talked about that? Right? So inbound is where you can set up that free profile, right? But if you want to add extra photos and all of that stuff and put your speaker reels, then there's a monthly price. Everybody doesn't want to do outbound. Some people just say, I just want to be found in Google. We don't want to do any outbound. I just want people to come find me, which is okay. It's like an alternative to a website, or it's basically a digital one sheet. You know, the speaker one pages that people make, this is a digital version of that because they can't find your PDF by searching for you, right? So this is a digital version of the one sheet. Does that make sense? Right? So if you got courses or trainings, you can even sell those courses and trainings in the gold package, right? So you can upload your courses and trainings and link to those so that they're in your Speaker Hub Gold page. Does that make sense? So that's inbound. That's only one part of the flywheel. The other part is outbound, where you decide at what level of speaker you are. So if you're new, like Redo, she may get the exploring package because she hasn't spoken before and she's trying to see if she wants to share her message. If you've been speaking for a little bit and you're already doing small groups, you just need to do more to get more speaker reels and get more stage time. That's an emerging speaker under 3 years. As you start wanting to do bigger stages with 100, 200, 300,000 people, right, in the audience, that's when you start pitching conferences. So those are our experienced speakers. And if you run an agency where you book people, that's what enterprise is about. Does that make sense? So inbound, some people just want inbound. Some people just use us for outbound. Some people use us for both. If you're a lifetime member where you paid once and you have access to us forever, you got both of these. You got unlimited lifetime accounts to both of these. You paid us once and you get access to gold forever and you get access to one of the exploring plans forever. So you may have gotten in on our beta program or our Black Friday, but that's how, you got access to both of these. So Arain, Bamba, there's a gang of people on here. I can't see everybody because I'm sharing my screen. Melissa, all of you all are lifetime members, so you have both. So be sure that you set up your inbound page along with your outbound page. Does that make sense? Cool.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments, or concerns?
Yeah, Ron, this is Darshana. I've got one for you.
Yep.
I'm getting ready to send my very first pitches. I've been working on my profile and I went through and created a list of like low-hanging fruit podcasts that felt, like they would be easy yeses. How is there a way, and this is like a just quickie technical question, is there a way that I can see all the ones that I've already gone through and selected as like a single list?
Yep. So go ahead and share your screen with us.
Sure thing. Okay.
Right. Did you share already? Yep, perfect. So click on mailbox.
Oh, hang on a minute. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Where am I going?
Mailbox, the last thing on the left in the menu.
There we go.
Right. And then
great.
You see it says filters.
Yep.
So go up to the top, click on filters, go to categories, podcast, and then lists. Pick the list.
These are the ones, great. The ones I created. Okay.
And
awesome.
Click the one that says women or whatever. And then click filter. And then now it shows you it's 33 of the 61 podcasts are on your women's list. You can see the name of the list right there in the tag underneath the title of the podcast. You see the name of the list there?
Okay. Yep.
And you can sort them by the oldest or newest. So you can put them in order based on the ones you added maybe last week versus the ones you may have added today.
Fantastic.
So that filter, there's on every page, you're going to see a filter area. We just hide it to less clutter up the search.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then my second question with regard to pitching is, where do I go back to actually send the pitches? Where like,
Yep. So right back in the
just,
mailbox.
Like,
so
or if I just click this one just as an example, so the AI is AIing, and my question with regard to that is there a way that as I start getting familiar with what AI puts out there, if I want to have some particular things that are being featured, like I was on a Netflix show, I want that top of people's attention, like how do I train AI inside of Speaker Hub?
Yep. So right now it's very basic.
Sure.
Right. But I'll tell you what to do. Go over to your branding kit on the left.
Yes.
And click on My Brand. And scroll down a bit. So let me show you two things. Go back up to your bio.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So no, right there in your bio, it's on the third sentence. I appeared on the Netflix.
Yeah.
Right. But scroll down just a little bit more. If anything you want to appear in every pitch, keep going. Keep going down. If you wanted to appear in every pitch, put it in the description where it says job description.
Oh, great. Okay.
So if you wanted to appear almost in every pitch, put it in there.
Great.
Got it?
Okay. And then how does this, where I am right now, relate to this? Are you seeing that I just toggled, or you're not? Like, how do these two interact with each other or not?
They don't.
I've doing a lot of work in here.
They don't interact with each other at all. The other one is your profile. This is basically a digital one sheet so that people can find you in Google, right? That's the inbound part where people find you in Google. So when you click that button that says view my public profile, you see under the orange save over there. This is what people find in Google when they search for you.
Got it.
The stuff that's in Speaker Hub Pro, we keep that private, but we use it to match you with our data set. Since they're programmed in two separate languages, they don't talk right now.
Okay, so anything that's in here that I want to make certain is in this profile will need to get duplicated then?
Well, why would you, what is it that you're trying to do? Give me an example.
I get, or maybe I'm just not understanding, like, for instance, because I remember on Friday's call, you showcased somebody's speaker profile who had uploaded like a lot of really wonderful presentations they've done and art. So like I've been trying to put some of that in so that people would be able to get a feel. Does that
so you put that, well, let me show you. Go back to your page, go back to the link that was there. Copy that link, the URL. That's why we put the URL up there.
Up here, this URL?
Yep, copy that URL.
Uh-huh.
And go back to the Speaker Hub Pro.
Yeah.
And go up a little bit. And go up some more. Right?
Right here.
All right, so you already have it there. Perfect. Right?
Right.
So if you look in the signature of the email, because you got to remember, the person who's reading your email doesn't have access to Speaker Hub Pro.
Got it.
They can't log in, so we send them to that external page.
Got it. Okay, so that's how they're connected.
So scroll down to your signature underneath.
Uh-huh.
There it is.
Ah, okay, I see.
Got it?
Cool.
Because you got to remember, the person that's getting your email, they're not in Speaker Hub at all.
Okay.
So that's why that public profile is really important. The information that you put in your bio on Speaker Hub Pro is just for our matching purposes. It's not for external purposes.
I see. So then one more question with regard to that. In the body of the pitch itself, do you recommend like highlighting and calling out, like check out this profile to learn more, like to get a feel for me? Because often I feel like people don't always look at the links in a signature.
So here's the truth about it, that it's really hard for people to accept. You will get more success from sending a 3-sentence pitch with nothing about you, just asking if they're looking for speakers. But and this isn't about you, Deshaun. I'm talking about just overall. what happens is that we say, well, I got to be special. And they're like, dude, they're not even going to scroll to read it.
Right.
Right. So it's like, get your information out, and 100 imperfect pitches will always outperform 10 perfect pitches, because it's just volume. It's just, you got to get known in front of more people. They already will look at your page and decide if they trust you or not. But what we try to do is to try to sell in the email. You can't sell yourself in the email. You want to push for the meeting.
Okay.
Right? So imagine if, let's go back to dating. Let's stop to share here for a second.
Sure.
Let's go back to dating. Imagine, I see you had you talk about women. I want to bring this up because I think this is an interesting topic. Imagine I go to a bar and I see a young lady that I'm interested in. And I go over and I say, hey, I think you're really nice. Let me tell you about my last 5 girlfriends. You want to see a picture of my Playboy model ex-girlfriend? Like, I was on Netflix and I did all these things, right? It's the same thing. You're talking about your exes. They really don't care about your exes. They care about what you're going to do for them. Okay. So you really want to be talking about how you can help their audience, right? So the person who talks in the best interest of the person that they're shooting their shot at the bar usually wins versus the person who, well, he had a pretty girlfriend in the past, so I guess you don't care about his ex-girlfriend. You care about how he's going to treat you.
I hear you. That's a good metaphor.
So that's what we forget, is that we think about B2B and B2C, but it's really P2P. It's person to person that we're really dealing with. And we forget that we're talking to other people. And the more personable you can be without kind of saying, look at me and pick me, as they call them nowadays in the dating world. You don't want to be a pick me. You know, you want to be, hey, I'm here to add value. If you see the value that I bring, cool. If not, I got 4 million other podcasts I can pitch. Right? You know, so I am the king of shoot my shot. And if you say no, I'm going to talk to your friend. That's been my life. Right? The girl I've been with for 5 years, I talked to 2 of her friends first that night, and they told me no. And then I went to her. We've been together for 5 years, 2 kids. I ain't never leaving her. But she wasn't the first pick. And I'm not ashamed to say that. I talk about it all the time. It's just how life works. You got to keep shooting your shot. She won. Right? It's just how life works. Right? Now, the great thing about it, and this is real life, when you go on that other podcast and then they see you, they say, oh, Deshauna, she reached out to me. I'm going to hit her up. You think them other 2 people ain't hit me back up since I've been with her over the last 5 years? They have, and they don't stand a chance. So those other podcasts will hit you up after you've been on a bunch of other ones, and you follow up with them in the future. It's just how life works.
Cool. Thanks, Ron.
Just saying.
Appreciate you. Again, you know? Good metaphor. Good metaphor.
We've all lived it, you know.
Well, we have a couple of questions in the chat.
All right, go ahead.
A couple of questions in the chat. Janessa asked, she said that Ann McNeil's email is disconnected. How can we reconnect it? I thought other people may experience this. We should show that live.
Yep. So Janessa, if you want to go ahead and share your screen, I'll walk you through it.
Can you see my screen?
Yep, we can see you there. And then which email is disconnected?
The Ann McNeil at Ann McNeil.
No, it's okay. It still says it's there, but let's go to a pitch. Which one are you working on? So it's working fine. The pitching is working fine.
What was happening before is that I was trying to pitch and it said, okay, so now it came back, but it said the Ann McNeil is disconnected, try to reconnect. And then when
so I'll show you one. If you've pitched, you remember you all switched the emails last week?
Well,
so anything that you pitched last week before you switched to this new email account, is trying to send it from the old email. Go to your settings. I'll show you. I was on with you guys last week and you all were using a schedule at Ann McNeil email. Go back to click on her name on the right corner and go to settings and go to emails. You sent a bunch of emails from that schedule at Ann McNeil email for the last 2 months. So whenever you send a follow-up, it's going to tell you you're connected to Ann McNeil. You need to reconnect the other one.
Oh, okay. I get it.
You see what I mean? Because it's trying to follow up from the original email that you were sending from.
Okay.
So it's going to say, do you want to make that the primary?
Okay, makes sense.
Does that make sense? Because it wants to follow up from the same email that the original pitch was sent from. Got it?
Yep.
All right. So, yep. Any?
Then Melissa had a question.
Melissa,
asking
what up?
Yeah, hey Ron. A couple questions. One, you know, there's in the signature, one of the links is media, and I currently have it pointed to, I have a showcase on my Vimeo account with several different videos. But I was curious what your original intention was for that media link and what other people are using for the media link.
Yep. So the intention of the media link is for you to put a playlist of your speaker reels, right? So you know how in YouTube you can make a playlist, or in Vimeo you can make a playlist. That way they can see you speaking in different environments based on what you were pitching, right? So if you have that Vimeo, you got 5 videos in Vimeo, send them to the playlist. If you haven't had one that's chopped up that you want to use as your main speaker reel, and they can go and see you on stage in different environments. Let me give you a great example of this. So when we look at, a lot of this can be solved with your speaker profile, but let me give you an example of someone who does this very well. Sean Fair, right? So Sean Fair with Fair Consulting, right? When I come over here to his playlist, he got 16 videos, he got 12 videos, right? So he has these playlists of videos of different things that he wants people to see of him doing things. This is his YouTube channel, so there's a bunch of other stuff there. But imagine linking to a playlist, and now it has all of these different videos of different people speaking at an event that he put on, right? So you can make it whatever playlist you want to make yours. It could be you, it could, but this is showing him as an event producer, right? So that's what he's showing, but you can link to a playlist. That's that first one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's basically what I have going on. So thank you. And then the other thing is, I went in, I haven't gone back into my profile since you flipped the switch to upgrade. It was still in the
the basic.
But when I was looking at it, it was a little bit hard to tell what the various different elements were going to look like on the front end. So can you go over that and show?
Yeah, I'll show you exactly. Well, I'll log in and show you. 1 second here.
That'd be great.
So one of the things that 1 second here, let me get to your page. All right, I'm pulling up your exact page here so we can look at it from your perspective. All right. So, all right. So, hey guys, we're in overtime. I know we're 5 minutes over. This is our normal overtime time. I have until 1:30, so I'll be able to stay for another 25 minutes to continue to answer your questions. If you have to leave, we understand, but if you want to stay, we're here to play. So I'm going to masquerade as you for a second here, Melissa.
All right.
And let's do this. Right. And why isn't it letting me do it? Oh, I need your email address. 1 second. Give me a moment. Let me stop to share. So I'll show you how to do this. It's just I need your email account to get in. 1 moment. And all right, there it is. Got it. You are masquerading as Melissa Dinwiddie. Boom. So you see, I'm being you right now. So everything I do is as if I'm you. Does that make sense?
Yes. Sorry, I was muted.
Okay. So if you want to see how things are going to look here, what you do is you come in and you click view profile. And now you can see what it looks like. So why there's an edit profile and there's view. So here's what I would do. Here's my little trick. This is the edit profile, but I would come to this, click on my account, go to view and right click and open up my profile in the second tab. So then as I'm making the corrections, I can refresh and see where they show up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? So your profile is still private, by the way. You can only see it when you're logged in, but it's still private. And it's going to ask you to publish it when you're ready.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Great. Thank you.
Yep. No question. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Nope.
Yes, we do have a question.
Okay.
And I'm still here, Ron.
Yep. I got you, Bamba. I'm doing double duty. The email verified deleted. It deletes all of our leads after 30 days. So I just have to re-verify your list.
Redo has a question. She asks, should she build her social media platform and make short videos to address her agenda? How substantially effective is this going to be in helping her audience? And then also how to reach out that she's looking for gigs to perform on social media and to ensure that she's not a scam or a fake.
Yep. So Redo, the first thing is a couple of things. Number one, on social media only shows your information to people that are following you, right? Unless you go viral on TikTok or something like that, only your followers are going to see you. But if your followers aren't podcast hosts that are looking to book someone like you, you know, the social media is just to reaffirm when you reach out to someone else. Does that make sense? So I don't post a lot of content on my social media about what I do, but when I reach out to people, I send them to a profile or a list of podcasts that I've been on that shows them what I want them to see. Does that make sense? So we're not good at making people go viral, because if we were, I would have already gone viral. I would have 600 followers. So we don't even try to teach how to do that. What we can teach you how to do is how to reach out to the people that can actually help you and can book you automatically. Does that make sense? So that's what we focus on. How do you get in front of the people who can actually make a decision versus hoping to get in front of people that may discover you? I don't want to be discovered by mistake. I want to be introduced to the people that I can work together with. Does that make sense, Rita?
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for the insight.
Yep. So we're about intent. We want to get you in front of the right people. Richard, what's your question? Bamba, did you get I just texted you the list. Did you get it, Bamba, really quickly?
Oh, what, on chat?
Well, I think Bamba's still here. I can't hear him. But Bamba, I sent you the file. I texted it to you.
Okay, I'm looking at the file. How do I ingest it into Speaker Hub?
Yep, I'll show you how to do that. We'll practice with your leads. Let me answer Richard, and I'll show you how to upload it.
All right, thanks.
Oh, Richard, what's up?
Oh, I'm ready to do podcasts, but I've found some, but I can't see the place where you email them.
Okay, go ahead and share your screen, and then we'll show Bamba how to upload
where
his
it was
leads.
now. It's on Speaker Hub somewhere.
Yep, but share your browser window like you and I did the other day.
Yeah, well, right. Yeah, got to go to the share button.
Look at Ann got her background popping. You know, it looks good. You know.
Well, I just finished the podcast at 2 minutes ago. So Michelle and
How
I
did it go?
Awesome.
She's tired. That adrenaline. She got the adrenaline dump. So go ahead, Richard. You want to go ahead and share your screen?
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to do that now. Right. Okay, you should be seeing it now.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You got to select the entire screen and then that blue button that says share like we did the other day.
At the bottom, that's already on. It's already on.
Yep. So once you click share the first time, you have to select the screen you want to share and then click the blue share button the second time.
Right.
Right.
I'm not sure how to get the screen I want to show you.
Okay. Let me help Bumba really quickly and then we'll come back. I'll come back to you. Give me 1 second. I promise you I'll get this solved for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me go back here. And so Bamba, when you come in, if you click on leads, you see this thing that says leads here?
Yes.
Right. So once you click on leads, there's an orange button that says upload leads.
Okay.
Right. So now I click on the lead. I have to pick a type. So I'm going to pick associations because it's colleges. Right. I click select CSV. And when I come into my documents here, I can go to my downloads and let me just sort by list. And I'm going to pick the Bamba Trio leads, right? So now the system is going to upload those. And you see how it automatically matched the first name with the last name, matched the industry already. But if it didn't, I can go in and put this in. So you can see it doesn't have the company name in there. So I can go and put that as the company name, which is the college.
Individually. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, no, you just do it once and it'll automatically do everything in that column.
From the spreadsheet.
Do you see what I mean?
Okay. Go, hold up. Repeat that step one more time.
So once you upload the list,
yes,
these are the column names in the list.
Correct.
I mean, inside it, right? This is what we call them. Like that's the column name, but you have to match it to the types in Speaker Hub. And these are the options we give you to match that thing. So if you wanted the personal email address, you would match it with that email address.
Okay, and you're saying I need to do this for every single one of them? Or...
No, you just do it with every file that you upload. So when you do this, this is going to do that for 1,100 things automatically. So just by matching this once, it's going to match it for all 1,111 emails that I sent you.
Okay, let me try to do that right now while you guys are on. I'll let you know if I have any questions.
Yep. Any other questions? But that's how you can upload leads, that lead list that you get externally, or if you're a lifetime member, we can send you over your lead list. We promised all of y'all 1,000 leads that we will go out and find for you that may not already be in Speaker Hub. So if you want to do corporations or something like that, in the case of Bamba, he was wanting to do universities, but we don't have universities directly in Speaker Hub currently, right? Can you give her the link to that, Ange, which is Speaker Hub, I think .paperform. But if that ain't it, I'll get it for you. But you send us that list, we will go and get those leads for you to upload and be able to send to. So let me make sure that that's the paper form version. Do you have the link?
Yeah,
And
will you
need me to get it to you?
I don't. Will you send it
All
to
right,
me?
I'm pulling it up for you right now.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so here's the basic link here, guys. If you're a lifetime member, you can see this is the link. It's called the Speaker Hub Pro Lead Request Form. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. This is only for lifetime members. If you're not a lifetime member, become one, and we will give you leads too. But there's the link. So when you fill that out, we'll ask you some questions about those target audiences and industries and all of those things. Once you fill that out, we will go out and find those leads for you and verify them, because we don't want you sending to bad data. So like you can see here with Bamba, I uploaded 4,000 leads. Some of them were duplicates, so I took all of those out. The ones that we thought would be bad, 348, we took those out. Those that were risky, we took those out. And those that were unknown. So out of those 4,000, we found 1,100 leads that we, with 97% certainty, provided to Bamba. This is what you would get. So Melissa, so I gave them a little bit more than the 1,000 because I know that 3% of them are going to be wrong. And I don't mind, sending a few more so that he can be sure he gets the 1,000. Is that fair? Lifetime members, Karen, Melissa, and I can't think of who else is on here that's a lifetime member.
Jadeka.
Jadeka. She turned her camera off, so I thought she disappeared on us. Yeah, she's gone. But yeah, so that's available for you guys. So Leroy, question?
Yeah, good. Amazing as always, Ron. Really, really good. Quick question I have regarding using the QR code to obtain testimonials/feedback. So one of the things that I did actually gave them the link for the Speaker Hub Pro, which means those feedback is going in the Pro, but nobody will see that. So how can I have that link to the profile, the external profile, so that you can see that testimonial?
Yeah, so no one will see it yet.
Okay.
But that is coming. We're doing that in the future for you, right? But here's the other thing you can do currently. So inside of your current, you see, I'm going to use Melissa as an example since I think I'm still in her profile here. Okay, so I won't allow it to do it because I switched. But over here, I can, inside my account, if I go here, and you see it says testimonials when you click on my dashboard. If I click there, I can use this one to do external testimonials on my external Speaker Hub page. Does that make sense? So this is for the ones if you want testimonials on the outside, but it doesn't have the QR code functional on this. They have to go in and answer a bunch of questions, so forth and so on. But you give them this link and it works the same way. Got it?
Yeah, that's amazing. So one quick one then. So for future, you're saying that for the data that
they will
is
be
now
combined.
Will be combined. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So if we come here, watch this. I just logged out and I'm just going to click on testimonial here. Now it's saying, hey, write a review about Leroy, and I can put that in, right? And in order to avoid people giving fake testimonials, they put in their email address and then we email them saying, is this really you? Because we don't want Leroy putting in a bunch of fake testimonials to himself, right? Does that make sense? And then it will show up on their page.
You know what it means? Jump.
Yep. Perfect sense. Perfect sense.
Got it? So that testimonial thing we've had since, 2017. A lot of people have asked, oh man, well, did you all just steal what Talkadot was doing? I'm like, no, I don't have to steal from my clients. We're friends. Like Aurel and I are good friends. I don't have to steal from him. That's like him saying, did he steal the profile from us? Because they have a speaker profile at Talkadot. No, profiles are a part of being a speaker. So that's what that is. So we both have similar features, but we work with different audiences. Richard, were you able to get it figured out how to share?
Well, I've got the page in front of me. I want to show you.
Okay, go ahead.
LinkedIn won't let me do this. Now I'm going to share. But how do I get my screen to come up in this window?
So when you click share, something should have come up, right?
Well,
popped up?
yeah, it's not my picture.
But hold on. When you click share at the bottom where you see me at. You should see a green arrow pointing up. and it says share. Click that button. And
Yeah.
then a window with multiple windows should come up saying entire screen, Zoom, and all these other things, right?
Well, yeah, it says entire screen.
Click on entire screen.
Yeah.
Time. No, nothing's not supposed to happen. Just click on it so that it's highlighted.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom, there should be a blue button that says share.
Yep.
Click there.
I've done that. I've done that.
Not the one in the browser. It should just be in that little window. Do you remember? Yeah, that's going to be hard because, again, we can't see your screen. So it's hard for me to know what you're doing.
I know. Well, my picture, my screen won't come into this window.
So let me give you an example here. So you should see this. 1 second here, right? So I'm going to share my screen and show you what you should see. And if not, I'll have you hop on with support and they can walk you through it. So when you click share, you should see a screen that looks like this. Do you see, did a window pop up that looks like this?
It's behind this window, so I've got to close this window to see it. Yep.
Okay. And then you have to click the blue. You see this blue share button at the bottom?
Oh, yeah.
You got to click that.
Right, now how do I get there? Let's do that.
Click the arrow at the bottom that's pointing up that says share.
Well, it's just an arrow. It's just a switch on, switch off toggle.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. It should just be a button in Zoom that says share at the bottom with the arrow pointing up.
Yeah, but then the share button's whited out. It's not clickable.
And then click on the entire screen at the top.
Yeah, I've done that. That's highlighted.
And now it should turn back blue again and click the blue button.
Yeah, it goes off, it goes on.
Yeah,
the share button is whited out.
Yeah, I don't know. So here, let me give you a good example. This is something you may have to practice without us. So I'm going to send you a tutorial so that you'll be better at this. So Zoom share. Are you on Windows or a Mac?
It's a Chromebook.
Okay, on Chromebook. Yep. So I'm going to put the link in the chat and it's going to show you how to do it. So then you'll be able to watch this and you'll be prepared for every other Zoom meeting going forward on how to do it. So I just put the YouTube video in the chat because it's just impossible for me to imagine what you're seeing on the screen. And I want to be fair to everyone else. I don't want to spend 6 minutes giving a Zoom tutorial and they're like, well, I don't know what we're talking about anymore. So we have 6 minutes left. Are there any other questions as we go forward for the day? Chantel, good to see you again. Any questions you have for us? Karen?
No,
Karen,
no questions right now. I'm kind of reviewing some stuff, so I think I'm gonna have some questions tomorrow. So look out for me.
Cool, perfect. We'll be here. Bamba, were you able to get those uploaded? We can't hear you. If you're talking, Bamba, you need it.
No, right. So I got them uploaded. It's just saying there's at least one field that must be the event name, and I can't identify.
Yeah, so for the event name, just put in university, right? Put in the university's name there for the event name. So you may have put the university's name as the company, but put the university's name as the event name. And that should make it work. Any other questions? Anyone else? Raquel, how did I do on my Speaker Hub explanations today on the old Speaker Hub? I think I did pretty good.
Yeah, it was great. You're a pro.
Look at that. I figured it out. So usually Raquel is the master of the original Speaker Hub. She's been using that system and for 8 years. So a lot of the things that you see over there were built on the feedback of Raquel. So I'm glad I got her approval on my old Speaker Hub knowledge. Perfect.
Dr. Karen said Raquel helped her.
That's it. Raquel is the
Raquel's
queen of
awesome.
Speaker Hub over there, man. So any other questions, guys, before I hop off and we move on until tomorrow?
Just one quick one, Ron, from me. So previously, have you heard me clearly?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yep.
Good. So previously, I had uploaded some leads from LinkedIn, but then I made a change with my account, and those went away. So once I upgrade my account fully, I make the changes to what I want originally, which is a lifetime account. Will those leads automatically reappear, or will I have to do them again?
So you still have a paid account with us, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You just changed the type of account. So
Correct.
1 second here. Hold on. Give me a moment. Yeah, I got you. So let's not do that. 1 second here. I got you there. So go ahead and hit refresh on your screen. It's going to ask you to log back in. Let me know when you get logged in. You're muted. I can't hear you.
Yes, I'm back in now.
Okay. Look over on the left of the menu.
Perfect. All done.
Yep. So yeah, you show up every day, man. I want you to win. So there you go. We turn your leads back on. So you're good. The goal here is to get people on more stages, guys. Like, again, I tell you, this business is P2P, right? We don't have any really strict rules. It's like, yo, man, I mean, somebody's giving the effort. Let's help them to get the effort going forward. So,
Ron.
Yep,
So
you
this
good?
Bamba, yeah, I was able to upload the leads, but the problem is the way it came in, it just says all it says is association. I did quantify it separately with, name of university, email, but all I'm seeing on the list is just like association.
Okay. I can't see your screen to see exactly what you're seeing. So is it possible that we could hop on another call and, is it possible we could hop on another call? Actually, we can stay here for a second because I just got something I need to talk about with Liliana, who's on our team. So we can keep going here. What I need to talk to her about isn't that urgent. So I don't know, can you share your screen or you just can come in on your phone?
No, I did come in on my phone, but let me call in on my computer right now.
Okay.
That way it's just easy.
I just let Liliana in.
Liliana, what's up? She's like, I thought this was just being
Why are all
around.
these people here?
So
Hey, Liliana.
no, Liliana, this is the normal 12 o'clock call. We're just going over a little bit. But we need to discuss done for you for Rhonda. So we'll walk through what we need to do with her. Does that make sense? But give me a couple of minutes to finish up with these guys, and we'll go through some of the stuff we need to fix. Cool?
Okay, so I should be good.
Yep. Go ahead and share your screen.
Let me share this desktop. And then we're gonna go to Speaker Hub. There we go.
Yep. Perfect. So, all right. So the way that you upload it, you didn't associate the things properly. So let's do this. You see it says manage records right on the right under, if you go to the right side of the screen,
He went away.
Yeah, he disappeared. He probably tried to get back to the screen and stopped the share and closed out by mistake. So he'll come back. But But let's give him a couple more minutes to see if he comes back. Everybody, I want to introduce you to Liliana. Liliana does a lot of the pitching and Speaker VA. So she's one of the people that does some of the outreach for our Done For You clients. So it's not just me. I know y'all think it's just me. It's not just me. What is it? Shoot. By the end of this week, we'll be 20 full-time people with another 15 or so contractors that work with us. We added Gustavo and 2 other people that I'll announce later this week. But Gustavo has already been with us for a week, which pushed us up to 18, and then we'll be at 20 with our new head of education and development, which is a big hire for us. Along with, we have a new developer. So I was trying to see if Bamba was going to come back in. He may not come back. Chantel, I appreciate the golf claps. We need all of the his computer died. Yeah, we need all of the encouragement we can get, because this is hard. This is super hard. It's a tough business to run. So any other questions while we're waiting on Bamba to reload or to hop back in? Nope. So there's really no other topics that I really have to talk about. I'm really just going to help Bamba get reloaded and get reset up. So, I don't have anything special to talk about. But if you want to see how to upload the leads, you probably should stick around, because we're going to walk through that again here.
Apologies. Back computer.
Bamba, you got your invisible cloaking. So we can't see you with the background, man. You stole some of Black Panther stuff, some of the tools.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, if y'all don't know, Bamba was in the movie Black Panther. So all of my Black Panther jokes is because he's a Hollywood actor that was in the movie. So let's go ahead and click on Manage Records. You see that under the black line? Under that black line that says no leads, it's a black line across the screen. Yep, click there on Manage Records. Click there. Right? And then you see where it says Edit. Click Edit. And then go ahead and delete the upload. Perfect. So we're just going to start over. So choose the CSV file. Select the category, which is associations. Yep.
Selected.
Yep. Pick that one.
Leads.
Boom. Right. So go ahead and put the email. That should be email, of course. And we got first, last name, industry, company. Don't put that. LinkedIn. Don't put that. Right. You can put the website in if you want. Right. And then job title, you can put all of those in, whichever ones. You want to put the location, like city. Yep. And keep going down. And what we need is the name of the university. So we're going to put that as the event name.
Where's event?
So go back up a bit, scroll back up, and you're going to see the description of the university. So go down, down, a little bit more, right? Keep going. And right there, it says company description.
Yes.
Right. So go ahead and put that as event description.
Event description.
Right there. Yep. Description. Put it under description. And then if you keep going, there should be the name of the university. It may be more up at the top. I don't remember where I put it in at. It should be more up at the top.
It's the name of the university.
No, that's the domain, but it's actually the name. Keep going up. A little bit more. Right there.
Georgia College.
Yep. Put that as the event name. Yep. And scroll up. Yep. And then hit upload. What are we missing?
And then it's yeah.
Yeah, click on there. Yeah, I don't know why it's missing that. Click on the name of it, not add to list. Just click on the name. I want to see what pops up on the left. Yeah, maybe we did something wrong. All right, leave this just like this, Bamba, and I'll
Okay.
have the developers look to see why it's not uploading or which field that we're missing that's putting this quotation mark in there. Does that make sense? Because when I upload mine, it doesn't do that, but there's something that we may have done wrong. So I will get them to look at this for you.
Okay, and they can look it through the back office?
Yep, we'll be able to see it from our side. We can log into your account and we can look at it through the database side.
Okay.
So what'll happen, once we figure out why it's doing this, I have the lead, so we'll just upload them properly for you.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yep.
So since I have you here, where's the link? I saw you guys, where's the link to the branding kit? If I go to the brand, where's the link that I can send people?
Okay, so click on Academy.
So go back to link.
No, up at Academy, the first link at the top, Academy.
All right.
Right? So here in Academy, if you scroll down just a little bit, it says set up your speaker profile. You see that orange button?
Yes.
You got to go create your profile there.
Oh, it's not
right?
even.
So once it looks like you already have one, right?
But I did, yeah.
Yeah, so go to log in. You see it says under the orange button, it says already have an account, log in here.
Yes.
Yep, and click log in. Boom, there's your profile right there. And it's the URL at the top. You see it says SpeakerHUB.com. There you go.
Got it. And
we need to upgrade that. We need to upgrade you to gold. Oh, you're already on gold. You just got to put more stuff in there. You don't have any of your videos or photos.
Adding new content. Okay, got it. So it's from here that I could do this. I just go to like my profile and then edit my account.
Make sense?
All right. Yes, makes sense.
Yep. Any other questions, guys, before we call it a day?
If you have questions about the profile, let us know. We want you to get it all together. So we'll help you, Raquel. We'll help you make sure it's all together. So
yeah, I guess I'll put